What's up guys, it's Aleks Dayum. Welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Alright, so before I really get into the topic that I'm going to be discussing in this video, I want to mention that my goal before the end of this year is to hit 800 subscribers on YouTube. That would be fucking awesome. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the squad. We're getting very close to 800, and yeah, it would be a really good achievement to hit 800 before the end of the year. So help out. We can only achieve this goal together, so yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel. One more thing I'm going to ask from you guys is comment down below any video suggestions you have. If there's any sort of video you want to see on the channel, if you want to see like a full day of eating, meal plan videos, if you want to see different kinds of workouts, just any sort of request. If you want me to talk about a specific topic, leave it down below in the comment section. And last thing, when it comes to subscribing, right? If you want to be notified when I actually upload a new video, when you hit subscribe, there'll be a notification bell as well. Make sure you click on that and turn on post notifications. That way YouTube will send you a notification either on your phone or on your computer when I upload a new video. That way you can watch the video straight away. That way you can smash the like button, watch it with your girlfriend, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But yeah, just make sure you turn on the post notifications as well. Alright, so the topic for today's video, what I'm mainly going to be discussing is meal timing. Now this is a bit of, I guess you could say, a bit of a controversial issue, a controversial topic to discuss, because there are many myths in bodybuilding, right? When you first start lifting, when you start researching on what you should be doing in order to build a better physique and to build more muscle, and you know, just what everyone wants to do, like get bigger, get better at training, right? There are so many things that you hear, especially like bro science stuff in the gym from other people. Like, for example, myth number one, protein shake within like 15 to 20 minutes after your workout. Otherwise, your gains will be pretty much non-existent. Now, this is not true. I'll just quickly debunk that myth. Definitely not true, right? What's gonna be more important is gonna be your total daily intake for the day. So for example, a lot of people like to go by the rule of 1 pound for every kilo you have. That's a decent way to judge how much protein intake you should be having. So for example, if you're 180 pounds, 180 grams of protein should be fine for the day. And honestly, myself, as an 180 to 185 pound individual, which is roughly like 83 kilos, I don't really need more than 180 grams of 180 grams of protein per day in order to like not only build muscle but sustain the muscle that I have going on. If I want to increase that to 200, I can. I wouldn't really drop below 160 grams of protein based on my body weight and how much muscle mass I have. So you can use that sort of a standard to base on for yourself. But let's talk about meal timing, right? So what I'm mainly referring to here is going to be like the actual time of day that you have your meals. And there's a few ways to look about meal timing. And first of all, let's talk about, is it like important? It sort of is important, but not really. It's not like, some people will stress that it's very important. Like for example, there's probably a lot of people that think that if you're trying to cut down weight, that you shouldn't eat late at night. For example, like if it's like, let's say 11:30 at night, PM obviously, that you shouldn't eat a meal because this is too late and you're just about to go to sleep and it might turn into fat. I'm sure there's a few people that have misconceptions about that. Not true at all. What's going to be most important when it comes to like weight loss or even like building muscle is your calories in versus calories out. So with meal timing, let's say you're trying to lose weight, okay? You obviously need to be in a calorie deficit, therefore eat less calories than what you're burning. Now, if you want to have your last meal, which is 500 to 600 calories, and you want to eat that just before you go to sleep, that's totally fine, because it's not going to affect how much like fat you lose or how much fat you gain or whatever, or how much muscle you gain, because it's not what the meal timing, that's not what's the important issue or aspect. It's actually how much total calories you have for the day. Now, does that mean like meal timing is completely useless and you should never think about it? Not necessarily, because I do think it can have some benefits. For example, this is how I can implement meal timing for myself in order to increase sort of my lifting experience. I like to eat most of my calories if I'm having a big session, like a big workout, before my workout. So that's one reason I don't really like training fasted, is because I feel like I don't have as much energy, and I feel like the more calories I have, I'm gonna have more more glycogen in my muscles and more storage for my energy in order to push my workout. So now on the other hand, when it comes to fasting, obviously if you do it every single day and you train fasted, yeah, your body will adapt to it. But I still think, even though you can get used to it and it can be effective, I still think it's better to have calories in your system and train while you have more food and calories throughout the day, just because I feel like you're gonna be running on more of a reserve of energy, not only from your just natural motivation, but also you're gonna have more glycogen stores, and that's what I think is gonna be better. And I guess the last thing that I'm gonna say about meal timing is gonna be, another way that I use it to be effective is I usually start eating and I have my first meal of the day later on in the day. I don't have it as soon as I wake up. I don't even have it 1 or 2 hours after I wake up. I usually have my first meal around 12 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's basically intermittent fasting, because I usually don't eat before that time. I usually don't consume any calories before 12 or 1, maybe just the coffee. That for me does help. And the reason why is, if I start eating as soon as I wake up in the morning, which I can't because I'm never hungry now because I'm so used to it, but if I did, okay, I would be hungry like 2 to 3 hours later, and I'd want to have another meal, and it'd only be like 12 or 1 o'clock. Whereas in my situation where I start eating at 12 or 1, by the time I get hungry, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock, and that's when I'll have another meal, and then maybe another one before I go to the gym. I guess it's going to be a different scenario if I'm training. If you're training earlier in the day, then I understand you would probably want to eat as soon as you wake up, and then maybe eat another meal 2 to 3 hours later so that you have more fuel before your workout. But that's just another way where you can implement meal timing, right? And it can be important, but it's like, there are a lot of myths when it comes to it. Like the whole protein thing, getting in it within 30 fucking minutes, like getting a protein shake. You'll have a lot of people that sell you that. Not fucking true at all, I promise you that. And also, like, you can eat later at night. What's gonna be most important is gonna be your total calories for the day. That's really what's gonna affect pretty much your weight loss when it comes to like shredding. You're gonna, let's say you burn let's say you burn like 3,000 calories for the day. You wanna eat about 2,800 to 2,700 to have a good amount of a deficit there, so that you can lose weight, can lose body fat, but then you're not in too much of a deficit where you're gonna be losing muscle mass. Because I mean, it's impossible not to lose muscle mass when you're shredding as a natural lifter, but you can sort of mitigate and minimize how much muscle you do lose by having a smaller calorie deficit rather than a really large calorie deficit. All right, so if you do have any specific topics you want me to talk about in the videos, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'm gonna be hitting a chest workout tonight. I'm gonna be sharing it with you guys. So I'm not running a program right now, and that's because I just don't really feel like doing the same exercise every time I go into the gym right now. I wanna just keep it sort of, what would you call it, sporadic, I guess, and not having too much of a rigid training system where I'm doing the exact same exercises every time. I do some of them the most, but I do similar ones almost every workout, but I'd like to change up some of the accessory and isolation movements just to like give myself a bit of that variation in the gym, which I think is important because it can be more fun as well. But then you're gonna have times where you just want to run a program and you just want to get stronger on those specific lifts. Try the chest workout at home if you want to make big fucking gains and get those big Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking titties, bro. Get those big Arnold Schwarzenegger titties, okay? So if you're lacking some inspiration and motivation for chest day, go to Google, right? Search up Arnold Schwarzenegger side chest pose, and you just see that fucking mountain of a chest coming over. Like literally when he's doing that pose, right? You see this like pec, it's bigger than my face, man, which is just fucking insane, but that's big time motivation. All right, so I already did my foam rolling, which you'll see my foam roller there, right there. I already did that, so my back is nice and loosened up. I'm just about to finish my pre-workout. It's pretty late at night here. We're gonna smash this push workout, which means we're doing chest, shoulders, and triceps as well. And in terms of like how many exercises to do per muscle group when you're doing a push-pull leg split, I like to do about 3 to 4 exercises for the bigger muscle groups like chest and back, and even like shoulders. And for arms, like triceps and biceps, I think 2 exercises, and you can add a third one if you want, is gonna be sufficient. But it really depends more what you're focusing on and what your like weaker body part is. For example, If your chest is more of a lacking body part, you can add in an extra exercise or two for the numbers that I mentioned before, in order to get more volume for your chest to make it grow more. On the other hand, if you want to make your shoulders grow more, then add an extra exercise or two and focus more on the side and rear delt, because that's what's going to give you those nice 3D shoulders, make them look nice and wide, give you that B taper, make it look aesthetic as fuck.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises, you know I'm too generous.
Alright guys, so first exercise we're going to be starting off with is bench press. I really can't find a better exercise to start off a chest workout with, so I had to go with it, of course. So we're going to be doing 4 sets here. I'm going to do 8 reps. Go a pretty heavy weight, like you shouldn't be able to do more than 8 reps for this exercise. So we want to keep it a heavy 8 reps. And obviously make sure you warm up first. Don't just go in cold and start lifting heavy straight away. I didn't show up all my warm-up sets, but I did 3 to 4 warm-up sets, increasing the weight slowly, and then getting onto my set where I'm doing 80 kilos.
Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess, found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now.
Alright, so next we're moving on to a shoulder exercise, and this is mainly going to target your front delts. So this is going to be the military press with the barbell, and for this we're doing 3 sets, 10 reps. Go as heavy as you can for the weight, but make sure your form is still correct, and yeah, make sure you're preventing injury as well. Make sure you're safe with it, don't go way too heavy, and if you are, try and have a spotter with you as well. Alright, moving on to incline dumbbell press, another chest exercise. One of the best chest movements if you want to build your upper chest and just the whole development of your chest in general. So again, 3 sets, 10 reps, and this one you can go pretty heavy on. Make sure you're getting that full range of motion. When you go up to the top, you don't have to touch the dumbbells, but try to go as close as possible and come all the way down to get a full stretch.
You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess, found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now.
Now we're moving on back to a shoulder exercise because I like to switch it up, one chest, one shoulder, to give my muscle groups a break. So we're doing side lateral raises with dumbbells. I like to go heavy as I can on this one while still keeping my form good. This is to target your side delts, and this is 100% the best exercise I think you can do for shoulders if you want to build wider shoulders and just get them more developed, because training a side delt definitely makes them pop out more and gives you just wider shoulders and gives you that wider V-tape look. Alright, so you've probably guessed the flow of this workout by now. We're moving on back to a chest workout. For a chest exercise, I'm going to be doing chest flies. This one's a really good isolation movement. 3 sets, 10 reps again. All the isolations for this workout are going to be 3 sets for 10 reps. And yeah, make sure when you're coming down, you really squeeze your chest as hard as you can. You can even cross over if you like. I didn't do it in this workout, but sometimes I do. And as you're coming up, make sure you're engaging your chest. Don't just like release the tension on your chest. Make sure you keep it there so you have constant tension. And yeah, keep doing that for every single rep. Alright, so now we're moving on to triceps. I've left that for the end of the workout just to get a nice little pump. So we're going to be doing some seated tricep extensions with a dumbbell. We're going to be using 2 hands at once for this. So this way you can actually use a heavier dumbbell and go a bit heavier for this movement because you're using both arms. And when you're extending at the end, make sure you try and extend all the way as far as you can and keep your arms close to your head as possible. Just make sure you don't hit the back of your fucking head, because I've done that a few fucking times. So make sure you're focusing and don't hit the back of your head, because you don't want to knock yourself out, end up on the floor, and then the dumbbell falls in your face and you break your face, and then it's bye bye to the gym. Alright, moving on to the last exercise for this workout, another tricep one. Make sure you guys don't neglect your triceps. It's very important to do tricep exercises, at least 2 to 3 per workout. That way it's going to help you bench press, but not only that, it's going to help your physique and other lifts. So we're just doing a tricep press down with the straight bar at the cables. And with this one, you want to keep your elbows in as close, in the same position for the whole movement, so you're only using your triceps to actually move the weight. So really focus on keeping your elbows nice and close and tight to your body. Alright boys and girls, we're coming to the end of the video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the squad. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, and always remember to keep the pump.